Alright, so this is a tip on how to make an all-natural weed killer or herbicide. Um, I wouldn't call it a weed killer specifically. It'll kill any vegetation, so it's more of a herbicide, but everyone calls it weed killer. But it's really easy to do, and you can make it on your own for cheap with natural ingredients. There's lots of recipes on how to do it. It's not a big secret, but I'll show you how I do it. So, and why I might choose what I choose. So, some distilled white vinegar, some vegetable oil, and table salt, just regular iodized salt. You don't need special Epsom or rock salt or anything like that. Plus, this dissolves better. And I'm just putting it in a 32-ounce bottle. So, what really, the vinegar alone kills vegetation. Salt and salt water kills vegetation as well. So the mix of the two just works really well. And then I add oil to it. A lot of recipes that people tell you to use like soap. I don't like using soap because it, bubbles up the mixture when you try to mix it, and you get a bunch of foam in your bottle, and yeah, it's not fun to work with. So oil does the same thing. So the soap's there to be an emulsifier or surfactant, whatever you want to call it. Helps disperse the vinegar salt mixture and stick to your plants. Vegetable oil works much better. You can use any oil. You can use orange oil, mint oil, any kind of oil you want. I'm just using vegetable oil because it's cheap and it's what I got. So let's go ahead and get this made. Also, what I do differently, I don't know if anybody else does this, I boil my vinegar. So most vinegar you get in a jug like this comes out like diluted to like 5% acidity. So I boil it for two reasons. One, it helps when it's hot and boiling, it helps all the salt I'm putting in dissolve and into it properly. And a little bit of the water comes out, so you get a little more acidity in your vinegar. Gives you a little more punch on your weed killer. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to measure some out and get it on the stove and get it heated up. Alright, so I got basically a little over 32 ounces in there. It's a 32-ounce bottle. You can make this in larger quantities. When I put it in a bottle like this, so I'm going to fill the bottle. I'm going to do a half a cup of salt, and then it's just 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. That's all it is. So I'll go ahead and get while the vinegar is heating up on the stove, I'll get the salt added. Once that's boiling and all dissolved, I'll add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And then when it's cool, we'll throw it in the bottle, and then we'll go test it out. Alright, so I am done. You don't have, it was barely at a low boil, and all the salt you can see is fully dissolved. And you can kind of see what that oil does in the vinegar. I just put a couple splashes in, about 2 tablespoons. So it's going to help it stick to everything. But let this cool off for a few minutes, and we will grab a funnel, throw it in our bottle, and test it out. Alright, so I got it in the bottle, just shook it up a little bit. Got some ivy, some poison. This stuff got me last week. Had to get steroids because I had poison ivy so bad, or whatever it is, but just show you on some different things. So you can see it might not come up on camera well, but it sticks to the leaves pretty well. That's a big chunk of ivy, and then I'll go show you a couple other things. Show you this spot too. So I got some grass growing and a crack. So I'll spray that, and then these are overgrown and need trimmed back anyway, so just for a test I'm going to try to spray just one leaf. Alright, so yeah, let that sit for come back tomorrow, check on it, see what it does. Alright, it's the next day. Just a look at the ivy that I sprayed. And keep in mind, I sprayed it a little later in the afternoon. You want to spray weed killer like this, like first thing in the morning on a sunny day. You'll get a better effect. The longer it sits in the sun, the faster results can get. But it'll take a couple days to fully dry a lot of this up. But that little application of spray did pretty good on this ivy. We'll go check the other 2 spots I did. Alright, so I just sprayed it on the little bit of grass that was growing in this crack. Most of it's turned grayish brown and dried up. There's a few little couple specks of green grass still in there, but I just lightly sprayed it. And then I sprayed a leaf over here. You can really see that one leaf right there I sprayed. Just killed it. So the longer it sits in the sun, again, this will eventually dry up and this will kind of disintegrate. It's kind of how it works. But yeah, that's it. Simple, cheap, do-it-yourself, all natural weed killer herbicide. Yeah, just make yourself save money. You don't have to use any of those chemicals they have in the ones in the store. So yeah, hope this helps. Thanks for watching. All right, bye.